All right, listen. When life breaks you down, when somebody you gave your whole heart to walks away like you never mattered, that's when the real test begins. You don't get stronger by proving yourself to them. You get stronger by proving yourself to you. You ain't got to post your pain. You ain't got to announce your comeback. Real elevation happens in silence, in that dark space where nobody's watching, and every move you make is a seed for a better man. You see, most people want to be seen healing. They want validation for their process. But the truth is, the most dangerous kind of growth is the one nobody sees coming. You don't have to tell her you changed. She gonna feel that shift in your energy when you walk in a room. When a man stops chasing noise, he becomes the silence that demands respect. You used to explain yourself, right? You used to try to make her understand your heart, your loyalty, your vision. But now you don't explain, you execute. You don't beg for closure, you build your composure. Every time you choose peace over proving a point, you add another brick to the empire you're building quietly. Let her think she won. Let her think she replaced you. The truth is, you can't replace a real one. You can copy the look, but you can't copy the spirit. And when you finally level up, when you're walking in discipline, when you're investing in your purpose, when your aura is too solid to be broken, that's when she'll realize what she lost. But by then, you'll be too far ahead to care. See, silence is power. The loudest man in the room is usually the most insecure. But the one who moves calm, moves calculated, moves consistent, he's the one with vision. You ain't got to prove that you're the best man she had. Just become the best version of yourself, and life will prove it for you. Because nothing hurts more than watching somebody you took for granted turn into everything you always wanted. The pain is fuel. That heartbreak at the end of you, it's the beginning of your evolution. Every moment you felt small, every time you questioned your worth, all that was building something inside you that words can't describe. That's why you move quiet now. You're not bitter, you're focused, you're not chasing, you're aligning. You're not showing off, you're growing up. And when she sees you again, not the same you, but the refined you, she's gonna remember every time she doubted your potential. Every time she chose temporary attention over timeless loyalty. But you won't need revenge because success is loud enough. Peace is loud enough. Growth is loud enough. You gotta understand the best revenge ain't a new woman, it's a new mindset. It's waking up with purpose, it's building something from nothing. It's living so high in your truth that nobody's opinion can touch you. When you level up in silence, you remove all distractions. You become addicted to bettering yourself. You stop explaining your moves because real ones don't need to justify evolution. Keep stacking, keep grinding, keep mastering yourself. Your value don't decrease. Because someone couldn't see it, it multiplies every time you choose discipline over drama. The same woman who once thought she could do better will one day replay your memories like a movie, realizing she lost a man who wasn't just good, he was rare. But you won't even be watching that rerun. You'll be too busy living your next chapter. You'll be around new energy, new love, new peace. Because you didn't level up for her. You leveled up for you. That's how kings move. Quiet, focused, and unstoppable. You turn your pain into pressure. Your pressure into progress, and your progress into power. Don't talk about what you're gonna do. Don't tell nobody your next move. Just execute. Just rise. Just keep becoming so solid that the same people who left you start questioning why they ever did. That's what silence does. It turns lessons into legacy. It turns heartbreak into history. It turns the boy she left into the man she can never forget. Stay solid, move smart, build quietly, and let your glow speak the truth she can't unsee. See, when somebody breaks your trust, the first instinct is to strike back. You want them to feel the same pain you felt. You want them to look at you and realize they messed up. But that's the trap right there. Because the moment you start moving out of revenge, you hand them the keys to your peace. You let somebody else dictate your moves, your mood, your mind. And a man who's mastered himself never gives that kind of power away. You can't build an empire on emotions. You can't find peace in payback. Real strength ain't about clapping back. It's about staying calm when your ego's begging for war. You gotta understand, not everybody deserves your reaction. Some people only came to test your discipline to see if you'll step off your path. But when you know who you are, when you put in the work, when you've seen darkness and still choose light, nobody can pull you back into that chaos. Self-mastery is quiet confidence. It's knowing you could destroy somebody, but choosing to heal instead. It's understanding that revenge might make you feel good for a night, but growth gonna feed your soul forever. You wanna win? Control yourself. You want peace? Control your thoughts. You want power? Control your reactions. The real flex is when you walk away without saying a word, and your energy still speaks louder than anything you could have done. Revenge is temporary. Mastery is permanent. You don't evolve by proving people wrong. You evolve by proving yourself right. You ain't here to outshine your past or outdo your ex. You're here to outgrow the man you used to be. Every time you rise above something small, every time you choose patience over pride, every time you respond with grace instead of anger, that's how you win. That's how you build a life that no betrayal can break. Don't let your pain turn you into what hurts you. That's what most people do. They get broken and start breaking others. But real ones, they transform. They use that pain as fire, not poison. They take that betrayal and use it as motivation to sharpen their mind, their hustle, their purpose. You can't become the best version of yourself if you're still busy trying to get even. Let karma handle what you can't. The universe always spins back what you put out, and you ain't got to force that. Just stay solid, stay focused, and trust that every wrong done to you becomes fuel for your elevation. There's a certain peace that comes when you stop fighting battles that don't serve your future. You stop explaining yourself, stop chasing closure, stop trying to make people see your worth. You start realizing that silence is a response, growth is an answer, and success is the only statement you'll ever need. When you master yourself, you no longer need to prove that you were right. Life proves it for you. That's when you step different. You talk different. You move like your purpose got weight. You start reacting to shade because you understand that sunlight don't compete with darkness. The more you focus on revenge, the more you drain the energy that's supposed to be building your future. But when you focus on self-mastery, every day becomes a victory. You wake up with peace, you sleep with pride, and your presence alone becomes the message. The man who seeks revenge stays stuck in the same chapter, reading the same pain over and over again. But the man who seeks mastery, he writes a whole new book. He learns to turn anger into ambition, disappointment into discipline. He becomes so grounded that even betrayal can't shake him anymore. That's real power when nothing outside of you can control what's inside of you. Let them talk. Let them regret. Let them watch from the sidelines. You ain't got to prove your value through revenge. Your glow gonna do that naturally. The same people who thought they broke you will have to face the version of you that rose higher because of them. But you won't even care no more because you'll be too deep in your purpose to look back. Keep your emotions in check. Keep your vision clear. Keep your heart clean. You're not out here to get even. You're out here to get better. Master yourself and the world follows. That's how you turn pain into peace, lessons into legacy, and revenge into rebirth. That's how real men rise, not by fighting back, but by leveling up beyond reach. Energy never lies, homie. You can fake smiles, fake posts, fake words, but you can't fake energy. The vibe don't lie. People feel it before you even speak. You ever notice how when your spirit's off, everything around you starts shifting? That's because energy moves before action. It's the invisible language of life. It tells the truth, even when your mouth don't. When you've been broken, when you've been betrayed, when you've been down bad and had to build yourself back up, that energy changes. You stop being loud, you stop explaining, you stop chasing validation. You just move different. People who once overlooked you start feeling uncomfortable because your presence don't match your past anymore. That's growth. That's alignment. That's your energy speaking louder than your words ever could. You don't have to announce your comeback. Your glow gonna announce it for you. Your peace gonna confuse the ones who expected you to stay bitter. Your silence gonna echo louder than any revenge could. Because when you start healing for real, not pretending, not posting, your frequency rises, and the people who move with low vibration can't reach you no more. That's when they start saying you changed. But truth is, you just stop matching the chaos. See, you attract what you are, not what you want. If your energy's messy, you're gonna pull messy situations. If your mind's cluttered, you're gonna draw confusion. But once you clean your spirit, once you choose peace over pride, once you start walking with purpose, everything toxic starts falling off naturally. You ain't gotta block nobody. Your energy blocks them for you. You ain't gotta explain why you don't come around. Your aura already answered that. When you start operating from power, not pain, the universe aligns with you. You begin to understand why certain people left, why doors closed, why things didn't go your way. It wasn't punishment, it was protection. The moment you stop forcing what ain't meant for your spirit, you make room for what's truly aligned. That's when blessings start moving different. That's when peace starts to hit deep. You can't fake healed energy. You can post motivation all day, but your vibe will still tell on you. You can talk spiritual, but if your heart's still bitter, People feel that. Energy exposes everything real recognizes real, and fake can't hide for long. So stop chasing looks, stop chasing reaction. Focus on your frequency. That's the real flex. When you're grounded in truth, people feel safe around you. When you're focused on purpose, people feel inspired around you. When you're walking in peace, people feel that calm before you even speak. That's how energy works. It spreads, you know. You don't got to shout your value. It's in your presence. You don't got to force connections. The right ones flow naturally. It's crazy how life shifts when your energy does. You stop craving attention. You stop begging people to see your worth. You stop stressing over who stayed or who left. You start realizing that everything is energy, what you give, what you receive, what you tolerate. And when you protect your energy like it's gold, everything around you starts reflecting that worth. The same people who doubted you gonna start feeling uneasy around you, not because you did something wrong, but because your spirit outgrew their comfort zone. You'll notice that your peace intimidates the unhealed, your silence irritates the insecure, and your consistency exposes the lazy. That's the truth of energy. It don't argue, it reveals. So when you walk into a room, don't worry about what people think. Pay attention to what they feel. Your presence should speak confidence, discipline, peace, and strength. And if it don't, then that's your sign to check your own vibration. Every day you wake up, you're either adding power to your energy or draining it. The choice is yours. Stop wasting your spirit trying to convince people of your worth. Just live in such a way that your energy does the talking. Let your calm show your maturity. Let your growth show your revenge. Let your peace show your power. The real ones will recognize it. The fake ones will run from it. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Energy don't lie. And once you understand that, you stop forcing, stop faking, stop chasing. You start attracting. You start aligning. You start becoming the type of man who don't need to explain who he is because his energy already said it. So protect it. Guard it like it's sacred because it is. Your energy is your currency, your reputation, your legacy. Don't spend it cheap. And remember, the world don't respond to what you say. It responds to what you vibrate. The real win ain't proving somebody wrong. It ain't making your ex regret leaving. It ain't flexing to show how good you're doing without them. The real win is evolution, becoming a version of yourself, so solid, so grounded, so at peace that you don't even move from the same space no more. You start seeing that all the pain, all the losses, all the heartbreaks, they were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to evolve you. See, most people chase validation. They want to be seen, they want to be clapped for, they want recognition. But when you start growing for real, you stop chasing applause and start chasing alignment. You don't care about looking successful, you care about feeling fulfilled. That's when you realize growth don't come from comfort, it comes from the moments that broke you and forced you to rebuild different. You gotta go through something to become something. You can't reach your higher self with the same mindset that got you hurt. You can't build peace while holding on to the same anger that burned you. Real evolution requires shedding ego, shedding pride, shedding pain. That's why it's lonely at first. You start losing people, habits, places that once felt like home. But that's the price of elevation. You can't grow in the same soil that once buried you. When you start evolving, the same people who said you changed start realizing they just stayed the same. You stop arguing, you stop explaining, you stop showing up to every battle that calls your name. Not because you're weak, but because your peace became more valuable than your point. You don't need to win arguments when you're focused on winning life. That's evolution. It's when the things that used to trigger you don't even touch your spirit anymore. You start moving with purpose, not pain. You stop chasing temporary highs and start building long-term peace. You begin to understand that success ain't about followers, it's about fulfillment. It ain't about how loud you move, it's about how deeply you live. When you evolve, you stop needing people to see your work. You already know it. You stop chasing love, you start attracting it. You stop begging for loyalty, you become it. Every version of you was needed to get here. The broken one, the angry one, the lost one, the one that kept going even when he had nothing left. Don't hate those versions. They were steps. They were lessons. They were the foundation for who you're becoming. The real win is when you stop running from your past and start understanding it, build your strength. Every mistake taught you something. Every heartbreak showed you what love isn't. And every failure shaped your hunger. You don't evolve overnight. It's a grind. It's waking up every day, choosing discipline over distraction, choosing healing over hurting, choosing patience over pride. It's realizing that your peace costs too much to trade for people who don't bring value to your life. You start protecting your space, your time, your mind. You start seeing that not everyone can come where you're going, and that's okay. Growth requires separation. The real win ain't her calling back, it's you not even needing that call no more. It's when her name don't trigger pain. When your thoughts don't drain your energy. When you can smile knowing that everything played out exactly how it needed to. Because it built you, it refined you, it prepared you. Evolution turns your pain into power, your mistakes into messages, your scars into symbols of survival. That's when you realize this life ain't about getting even, it's about getting better. You can't control what happened, but you can control what it made you. You can let it break you or you can let it build you. And when you let it build you, that's when you start walking like you're chosen, not chasing. That's when your aura speaks before your words do. That's when you stop being moved by opinions and start being guided by purpose. Keep evolving even when it's quiet, even when it hurts, even when nobody claps for you. Because every time you choose growth, you separate yourself from who you were, and that's the real win. The world respects transformation. The universe rewards consistency and peace. Real peace only comes when you evolve past the version of yourself that needed validation just to feel alive. So don't chase revenge. Don't chase approval. Don't chase closure. Chase growth. Chase self-mastery. Chase the man you're meant to become. Because the real win ain't in being seen, it's in becoming untouchable. There's a difference between cutting people off and outgrowing their access. You don't gotta disappear to protect your peace, you just gotta rise to a level they can't reach. Be unreachable, not unavailable. That means you're still in the world, still grinding, still showing love, but your energy ain't open for everybody no more. You move different when you know your value. You stop letting everybody tap into your space, your time, your focus. See, when you used to be available to everybody, you drained yourself trying to keep people happy. You gave chances that weren't earned, energy that wasn't returned, loyalty that wasn't respected. You used to show up for people who wouldn't even text you back if you were down. But once you start leveling up, you learn the difference between being kind and being careless with your energy. You realize not everybody deserves your presence. Some people want to come around to see if you've fallen off or if you're still shining. Being unreachable don't mean you cold, it mean you controlled. You don't move off emotion anymore, you move with intention. You don't react every time someone calls your name. You don't explain every decision you make. You stop responding to low energy conversations. You stop entertaining chaos. That's when your peace becomes your power. Because when you're calm, focused, and consistent, your silence starts speaking louder than your presence ever did. People gonna say you changed. They'll call you distant, arrogant, maybe even fake. But that's only because they can't reach you like they used to. They're mad that you're no longer accessible on demand. They don't understand that when you start protecting your space, it's not about ego, it's about evolution. You can't stay the same when you're chasing higher ground. You can't let everyone have the same level of access when your purpose got weight now. You used to explain your vision to small minds and wonder why they couldn't see it. You used to share your goals with people who never wanted you to win. But now you move quiet. You let results talk. You let consistency show your character. When you're unreachable, you don't need to prove nothing. Your progress speaks every language. Understand this. Availability is expensive. Every time you give energy to something meaningless, you rob time from what matters. That's why discipline feels lonely. That's why peace feels different. You start realizing you don't owe everybody a reply. You don't owe every situation a reaction. You owe yourself your focus, your growth, your destiny. That's the mindset that turns a man from distracted to dangerous. Being unreachable means you protect your boundaries. You decide who gets your energy, who earns your time, who deserves your loyalty. You don't move from emotion anymore. You move from purpose. You stop chasing validation from the same people who can't even validate themselves. You start walking like your energy is sacred, because it is. Not everybody should be able to call and shift your mood. Not everybody should have the power to disturb your peace. The ones who really rock with you gonna understand the distance. Real love respects boundaries. Real people respect discipline. They know that just because you ain't always around don't mean you fell off. It means you're locked in. It means you're focused on becoming the version of you that can't be distracted by old habits or fake connections. Don't get it twisted. You're not hiding. You're building. You're not cold. You're calm. You're not avoiding people. You're aligning with your purpose. The more you evolve, the more you realize that the world don't deserve your constant presence. It deserves your best version. And that version can only exist when you master separation. Be unreachable, not unavailable. You still got love in your heart, but you're not letting everyone in your circle. You still care, but you stop carrying everyone's weight. You still listen, but not to voices that drain your spirit. You're walking with clarity now. You're protecting your peace like it's a business plan. And you understand that what's meant for you will meet you. You don't have to chase it. You just have to stay aligned enough to attract it. The moment you stop being available for every distraction, your purpose gets louder. Your focus sharpens. Your blessings multiply. Because peace and progress don't coexist with chaos. So let them talk. Let them wonder why you so quiet. Let them assume whatever they want. While they gossip, you're growing. While they scroll, you're building. While they reach for you, you're already 10 steps higher. Be unreachable, not unavailable, because the man who controls his access controls his destiny.